Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates. Yeah, I'm a bit late to this, but this okay. I really did like this match. I know it's just the highlights. I wish I got the chance to watch the full match, but no. Anyway, let's get into this one. Somewhere around here is where we start. Let's just mute this and we go. All right, so yes, it. So I think it was a free kick or something. Then Orlando Pirates got possession. All right, he gets the ball. He's moving forward. Fortunately enough, he has support. I just wish one person here would go wider, one person goes in the middle, so at least you have three options. Just push the ball forward. All right. He's moving, he's moving. All right. He starts making the run there. And then, these two are moving to the other side. Let's play it some more. But I do like here, he takes his time. To be honest, he really should be pressuring. I mean, this is the best time to pressure because at least you have two other people and you're also closest to him. So, if possible, if yeah, and funny enough, because it doesn't press, sorry, it doesn't really pressure the ball. Funny enough, it's weird what happens because you'd want him to pressure the ball. He doesn't pressure the ball, but because of the mistake that the London Pirates player will make, you realize that, hey, it's weird because look at this. He takes it this side, right? There's no one near him. He can easily play a ball. He can play something close, but you can see his striker wants it forward. Preferably, personally for me, I would rather he take it wide, give it to him, because he would also have to be, wondering should I go with the ball, which would be the best thing to do. But in his mind, he would also be wondering about the player making the run. So he has everything he needs. If he wants, he can even play a ball here. Then he can probably play it like that, and then we'll see what happens. But what he does is the funniest thing ever. He has the perfect chance to counter attack, right? Perfect chance. And then he takes the ball back. I mean, why? Why would you do this to yourself? That was the perfect chance to do the counter attack, and then now he's broken everything up. And now this is the funniest part. He plays it back to his teammate, and then I don't know, man. I really don't like this whole thing of keeping. But that was the perfect time to go on a counter. Anyway, it's the funniest thing that happens here. Plays it back into him, but unfortunately, I don't think he's realized that there's someone behind him. Matter of fact, let's just go back a few frames. I want to see if he actually checks behind him. Somewhere here, right? Yeah. So you see that? Yeah, he does not check behind him. He does check. So he knows there's someone behind him. He does. He does a little check. He knows there's someone behind him, and there's his teammate right there, right here. A simple pass, not even a simple pass. He can even just be in the space that's here. He can even pass it to him here. He will still reach that ball, and they'll keep possession. Maybe try and do something else. But this is the funniest thing. He goes to the ball. And now that's the problem. He assumed he had more time than he had, and he didn't protect the ball and himself properly. So if he played that first time, he would have relieved pressure. But he took a touch, thought he had more time than he had. Sundowns player takes it away from him, and from being on a counter, so they've been countered from a counter. They tried to do a counter attack, they failed. Then Sundowns said, "Give us the ball. We'll show you what we can do." Number 30 here, and you know what? This is a counter of a counter, so it's a thing whereby people are not in their set positions. Funny enough, if he simply plays it, if he plays the first time ball here, probably sets him up. But I do like he's patient with it. Yeah, yeah, simple. If he played it quicker, why is he sticking out his leg like that? Because that tells me that he actually wants to. He wants to get the ball. Number 30 is here. First thing he should be doing is okay. I don't really want to say too much but I'd rather have him track back. By track back, just occupy this space. No, sorry, I'd want him to be somewhat just here because there's not much you can do. This pass, if it wants to be played, it can be played if he wants to get pressure. But I'm not really going to be very strict because it's in a situation whereby it's a count of a counter. His teammates are the ones that put him in his pressure, and whatever he does, to a certain degree, we can understand because all right, so he rushes back. That's good. He covers this space. I understand that. That makes sense. He gives up this space, but you know what? He just says, okay. Well, he prevents this from, like, he covers the space. Understandable, right? So the Sundowns player, now here, we understand him covering this space. I would have wanted him to pressure, but if he pressures, he gives up space. So I understand why he goes back. Yeah, that's not really the best, but good decision, right? Now, why is he doing this? Because the best thing to do would be to push up, actually. He was just there to make sure it's a little harder to play this ball. What he should be doing is pushing up because so that you cancel this guy, make sure he's offside, and also you're also prepared to pressure him. I don't understand why he goes back. Oh, sorry. If we play this further, he plays the ball, and then I don't know if he pushes up because yes, he went back, but he was beyond this line here. He was beyond the 18-yard line. But he goes further deep. If he actually steps up, he probably would have been offside. But what's happened has happened. He gets it first time, and then he plays it into the middle. Boom. It's a bad strike. He hits it straight at the keeper, but this is a good recovery. And funny thing is that he actually takes it away from his teammate, and he justifies that decision by putting the ball into the back of the net. And the guy on the line, I think he really should have saved that, to be honest. Because he's off balance by the time he's taking the shot, and he knows the way he goes down, he knows he could have gotten something towards it. And that is Peter Shalolile. I remember when he got his 20 goal season strike. Now, here's what you're mainly here for, right? This lovely strike. All right. Corner. Okay, South Africa has wonderful stadiums. It really does. I mean, this looks lovely. All right, corner. He's just here as a decoy. He never played it short. All right, first time. Hollis. That's his name. Yeah. Boom. They take it out. Now, I'm sure we've all noticed something, right? If you're football, blah, 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 you have noticed something. Sundowns also, I like what they do here. They make sure everyone is here. I would have preferred to have someone on the line. That's just the person I am, but this does make sense. They are here, so which means if the ball comes like this, they have the opportunity to step up from where they was, because I think maybe they were a few steps backwards. They can step up and push up, which means they can take the ball this way. And have you noticed the thing that I was talking about? There's no man on the 18-yard line or on the D. You need someone to be here at least. Because Sundowns definitely could have spared at least even two players. Because if you look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the Sundowns players 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players, they could have spared even three players just to go and deal with this. They really could have. And this is the first. Yeah, if you had someone here, trust me, they would have prevented this goal from coming in. But look at this. Look at the focus. Look at the concentration. If there was a Sundowns player here, I don't think would have attempted this. That's why it's always important to have a man on the team. But this strike, look at that. You can't blame the keeper. There's nothing the keeper could have done. Look at him. He is shocked. Look at him. He is like, what? Look at all his teammates. Look at them. I mean, that's insane. That's a really good goal. Yo, I mean, everyone is shocked. That's a really lovely goal. And he went, I think he goes to celebrate to the away fans, that is. Does it do a Diego Dallo celebration? Ah, no, that's probably something different. That's a good goal. But let's look at it from other angles. I think this is one of the best angles. Not this one, but the one that, this one. All right, so Sundowns, they get rid of it. They get rid of it, but they should have had to at least two players here. That's a defensive mistake. Look at the concentration that is there. Look at the focus. He does not look at anyone because he knows that he has the time. He's not worried about this melee of players coming in. He knows that he has the time to do whatever he wants to do. That's one thing I like. He keeps eye on the ball, eye on the ball. That's a lovely one. But I don't want to be a hater or anything. But it's one of those strikes that okay, it's not a pure strike because one way you can tell the strike is pure. The ball does not spin. It does not spin. But at the end of the day, if you do not shoot, you do not score. This is why you always have to take a chance. You miss every shot you don't take. That's true. He just said, you know what, I'm going to try my best. Look at him, he even takes a peek. He was looking, not knowing that there would be nothing he would do when that shot comes in. Now look at this. Oh, do you see the way the boy is spinning? You see that? He probably mishit it a bit, but at the end of the day, it's on target. If you don't shoot, you do not score. Lovely. Lovely. Even me too, I got shocked when I was like, "Woo." Anyway, let's go for the next chance of the game. All right, so this is a really clever run. He starts from out back, and no, that's too easy. That is way too easy. As strikers or attackers, I don't know. This could even be the midfielders. You're the first line of defense, so one person should have just gone here. Just run in his path. There are two of you. So if one goes once, one will be here in the middle. There's no problem with that. But instead, both of them watch. I think he was. I think both of them were expecting. He looks like he was expecting him to go, and also him was expecting him to go. At the end of the day, no one went. But one of them should have just gone to run in his path, because this is way too easy. And then now, is this line here? They have done a really good job here. Because everyone behind them is offside. They don't have that much to worry about. Now, this is the part that really does frustrate me a bit. As I was saying, someone should have either gone in his path or just run behind, because at this point, the defense has no cover. There is no one covering the defense. And this guy makes a very big mistake. The mistake is understandable, but still. And also, I think, sorry, that's way too big. You probably should have been closer to him. You really should have. All right, so this is anyway. This is why, as I've mentioned, the defense had no cover. He runs right, runs with it. So now that's the mistake he makes, and it's actually a justified. It's really justified, because look at this. Look at how slow everyone is to get to the ball. So this is the mistake he makes. He rushes towards it, and for me, I understand why he makes that decision. There's no cover. He's seeing the player moving unmarked, but he really should have maintained his position, because the person behind you is probably offside. Really, they're probably offside. Second thing, the space is more dangerous than the ball, because I would rather him just stick to where he was, because he would have been in this perfect line, and then because he runs forward, he creates the gap in which the player eventually runs from, right? And like I was saying, ah, I would have said this guy should have been closer, but that would have also brought other problems. But I just feel it's too easy. The midfield really didn't help their defense. He passes it, and it's a simple ball. So this is why there was no chance of him getting to that ball, but I understand why he runs out. He really just should have stuck to his line. He should have never gone forward. He should have just stuck and, just maintained that, because now he's given up space. And as we know very well, space is more dangerous than the ball at this point, because for someone to score from here, I mean, keeper would have had a howler. He passes it, and quickly, 1-2, he's onside. Boom. He's running with it. So just because of, okay, the mistake comes from no pressure from the midfield, the defender stepping up, and also the high line isn't the problem. It's the players, because you cannot have a high line with no pressure. If you don't pressure the ball and you have a high line, you're going to be exploited like this. He runs with it. Now, this is one of the most frustrating things. You see, the keeper tries to fake it. Look at his body position. Look at where he's leaning to. He's trying to, and funny enough, I saw a clip where a keeper faked as if he was going this side just to force the person that had the ball to shoot, and then he quickly went back and got the ball. I don't know if he wants to go and rush out. All right, now this is a terrible decision. It's a terrible decision. The goalkeeper is near the near post, and then you decide to shoot near the near post. You know what? He shouldn't even be going on goal. Do you know why? He has the easiest option here. He has an easy pass to play so that he gets it, and then boom. Easy, easy, easy. And for me, if he scored, maybe I wouldn't be as upset. But now, I mean, look at this. And then he shoots from way too far. He should have been. Okay, he has at least one more push of the ball. So what do I mean by one more push? He has one more push, and when you push the ball, you're most likely going to have to take a step. So push, takes a step, another step for the standing leg, then he can shoot. He shoots from way too far away, and he can actually go even more closer so that he can make it easier for his teammate who is right here to score. It's very frustrating when I see play like this, because come on, I mean, he's all alone, and then you decide to do this. I would be upset as a player, coach, whatever. And look at this. He can see it. He can see it. He knows he's made the wrong decision. He's rushing so that, I mean, all his teammates are upset with him. They know that he's made the wrong decision. We all know he's made the wrong decision. And I'd be very upset. I might actually even sub him off if I was a coach, because that's way too selfish. The easier option was there. And you can't be telling me he did not sit. I mean, look at this. He's right there. He's right there. Anyway, let's get on to the last thing I'll talk about. It's a chance, but it's something. All right, so he tries to play the ball. He doesn't. It gets intercepted. Okay, he quickly gets up. Now, funny enough, as he gets up, he has a really easy ball. But he has this option here, a straight ball. Immediately he gets up. he can play the ball to him. He is the best option here because if you play to him, not much you can do unless if you push forward. But if you want to maintain position properly, you give it to him. He's open, 3 acres of space. It's the easiest pass you play. You play, but look at what he does. So that's a shoulder to shoulder. And let me just try and pause it at the right part because you see here, he is, because if you look at this, he's barging into his chest. His shoulder is going to his chest, not shoulder to shoulder. And then you know what he does? Instead of continuing with the ball and playing football, this is what he does. He's looking at the referee. He thinks it's a foul. And because he thinks it's a foul, he stops playing football. For me, nah, just play the game because there was nothing. There was nothing that the ref would give there. And I don't know why he thought he would win that. I really don't know why. And then just look at this. Play. He's way too slow. He's way too slow. Because he should have immediately been rushing to cover his mistake. And he should have never even been looking to the referee. He should have just shooted the ball and played football. Now this pass, it should have been in front of him. I know for a fact he could have played a ball like that. He could have played it just like that. You might say it would have taken him wide, but yeah, it would have taken him closer to the goal and probably would have eliminated him or just, push him forward. Don't push him backwards. Because at this point, he doesn't really have that many options. And then he has to take a shot and it's easy save for the keeper. Otherwise, that's been my match analysis of Sundowns versus Pirates. Interesting game. I will have to cover more of the PSL. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.